Yesterday I put up a video talking about a dream I had when I was 8 or 9 years old, in which I was out in the middle of the ocean on a wooden boat fishing with Jesus, and he was pulling in these huge sharks, whales, big fish, and I was pulling in these tiny little minnows, and I looked over at him and I said, "How are you doing that?" And he said, "Well, you can do it too if you let me help you." He also told me that I died at the age of 33. But the part that I'm most interested in is that people have made the correlation, and I didn't think of this, of the story of Peter, in which he told Peter he wants to make him a fisher of men, or essentially be a ministry, right? And reading those comments and people making the correlation that may be my calling, I've reflected on that, and it would make a lot of sense, dude, because listen, I have done YouTube before in my life and was given the platform to do such a thing and failed miserably. I did my best, but I certainly was not with God. And it almost feels like something that Mike Tyson said once, which is, God will give you everything that you want and need out of life to see if you can handle it. In that moment, I couldn't handle it. When I did YouTube, I was walking alone, and I was very arrogant, very cocky. I was not wise. I could not take advice. I never sought counsel. And I failed miserably. I can't remember the exact verse, but I read one that says, "A fool who runs into money will inevitably end up without it." And that was me, man. And I was just focused on all the wrong things, vain things. And after I walked away from YouTube in 2022, the pendulum of my ego absolutely swung. I went from being this super arrogant, cocky, egotistical person, this non-counsel seeking person, this foolish person, to very self-deprived. I had no confidence. I didn't believe in myself. I didn't believe that I deserved things. And I feel like I needed that contrast in life to truly come to God and say, I can't do this my way. And now that I'm on TikTok and I'm making videos, this thought's sort of been in the back of my mind of, how can I help people? How can I help people? How can I lead people to the right path? Not only to deal with addictions and struggles the way that I have, but to live lives that they're supposed to. And maybe this is what it really was. Maybe this is my call to ministry. I don't think that I'm necessarily meant to be a pastor or a priest, but I think about the death of 33 years old, the age of 33, in which Jesus apparently was crucified. I've been made aware of that yesterday as well. And maybe 33 years old is when the death of all my worldly desires fully comes to be, and my true calling with God sees its purpose. I think I'm going to spend these next 5 years with the intention of being a student and learning as much as I can, soaking up like a sponge all of the knowledge and wisdom there is to gain from the Bible, and go from there. I just wanted to give my thoughts on that. So thanks to everybody that brought that to my attention. I appreciate you.